Alrighty, guys. So I would like to introduce you to Sheree Hayes. This is the Punisher. The Punisher took the stand in the Diddy trial yesterday, and he testified. He didn't wear.
No, he didn't wear that on stage.
He did not wear this, but he is an exotic male dancer. So this is a photo from his Instagram, and he testified about different sexual encounters he had with Diddy and Cassie, and more explicitly, he talked about a book that he wrote called. A book that he wrote where he talks about freezer meat and not being able to get erect.
What the hell is freezer meat?
So freezer meat is it leans into the term of if something's frozen it gets hard.
Like rack of lamb in the freezer?
Yeah, but it gets small too.
Or like steak or like chicken, this hard meat. Pause.
Yeah. Tenderloin.
No, okay, yes, I guess. But basically, his book is all about how he was having these different sexual experiences throughout his career, and he realized he had erectile dysfunction, and it caused some issues with his mental health because he couldn't, do his thing.
Right.
But the reason why the book came into conversation on the stand was because he actually had talked about Cassie and Diddy in the book. Wow. And the alleged, interactions that he had with them, but he never named them. He called them a wealthy married couple in the book. Now, I've read, there's about 6 pages that is out here from this book.
Give us some excerpts.
I got the excerpts. So he talked about, when he first met Cassie and Diddy, it was at the Trump Hotel in New York, allegedly, and he was called there for like $200 just to do like an erotic dance and set the scene for a woman in like a birthday situation.
And to put his penis in the freezer.
He didn't know that yet. So he got there. He said Cassie opened the door. She's in a wig, glasses. She's beautiful. He's like, oh, wow. And she had a robe on with nothing under. And that was very obvious. So he says that Cassie explained to him, like, look, my husband likes to see me, he's a voyeurist. He likes to see me with other men. But so all we want you to do right now is just like do a sexy dance with me. Baby oil might come into play. And he may come in the room, but don't acknowledge him. Like, he's not going to get involved and don't acknowledge him. So
that's what made him soft. You got this fine woman in front of you, and all of a sudden, here comes
exactly.
Here comes street meat.
Exactly. But you're not supposed to eat the street meat. But yeah, so that's exactly what began happening. So he says that they were doing exactly what they described, and the first time he couldn't get into it is because Diddy allegedly would subtly say these things in the corner, like instructing her.
Yes, that's what he was saying.
He said, because he used to work in the clubs. He's a rock dancer. He said, so he's a little bit deaf from all of the music and the sounds.
What you mean
he couldn't hear much.
You work in the club all the time. It's loud, so you're hearing. Some people, their hearing be a bit off, right?
So he couldn't hear Diddy coming?
Listen.
So what he heard?
He said that Diddy would say things. He said, for example, now the husband might be in the corner saying something like to the wife, move to the right. But he'd hear, I bet that a-hole.
Fire.
He said, but he'd hear, I bet that a-hole is tight.
Fire.
Oh.
And it would make him instantly. It would make him instantly go soft.
Okay.
So he was having issues. I sent you if you want to read the real episode.
So Diddy was saying move to the right, and you saying that butthole tight.
That's what he was hearing. So he was like, yo, hold on, this is real crazy. Yeah, so then he said he had this encounter with Cassie. It was great. He alleges it was great or whatever.
Hold on now. You left out a very valuable
Please
ad-lib.
read.
Yum. I bet his a-hole tight. Yum.
Ooh.
Yum is crazy.
But he really said move to the right. But he heard in his head,
baby,
Yum.
move over to the right.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, see, this ain't right. Y'all said Diddy said this. Diddy ain't say this. That's
He
what he thought Diddy said because he couldn't hear.
That's what I'm saying.
that's what she just said. You're not listening. You can't hear.
No, I
she
can't.
just said that clearly. He was he worked at a club. He was deaf. He couldn't hear. Diddy said move to the right,
baby,
but he
move
heard
over to the right. Yes.
Man, get this man out the stand.
All right.
Man.
So
you
then
deaf and can't.
Yeah, if y'all gonna play, let me go on the stand and play. I'll play.
What the hell?
Keep going.
Another example is he said that Cassie invited him back another time. She said she was.
He said that Diddy said, I love that position you're in. My deaf interpretation would be, I can't wait to penetrate him.
What? No.
Get that. See, now y'all playing
There's
now.
more. There's more to stand. Go ahead, Loren.
I sent you another one.
Stay focused, Loren.
So he said that, Cassie said, yo, I'm really comfortable with you, allegedly, and I want you to come back. We're going to do this again. So they called him again when they were back in New York, allegedly, to another hotel. And he said, but this time he was like, yo, she said she wanted to go further. I got to be ready. So he took a ED pill, a dysfunction pill, right?
Right.
And because he wanted to be able to like,
Erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
You can say that.
yeah, I said it. He wanted to be able to do all the things. So he said, as he was like, getting ready to do all the things with her, he said he performed a Bruce Lick tongue Kung Fu Enter the 36 Chambers style fellatio act.
What is a Bruce Lee?
I know the
What?
judge was like, what the hell are these people into? That's what he said on the stand? That's what he performed?
This is an excerpt from the book. He just talked. He talked
no,
about the experiences and went into the book, but this is from the actual book. We went, TMZ and a couple other outlets went and found the book. So he says after that, they actually begin to be able to like have sex. And dang, I'm up here stuttering over saying sex. So then he took the ED pill or whatever. They're having sex, and he says eventually he was able to come. Oh, can I?
Yeah.
No.
Eventually he was able to
orgasm or finish.
Yep.
And
He referred to his butt as a chamber?
no, that's
Don't refer to nobody butt as a chamber.
That was the box. He was referring to the box.
It was his tongue. Like it was. He was
the
referring
box
like
as
he
a
was going
chamber.
kung fu.
I was like, what?
You are not following me at all.
Keep going.
So he
Too
said
all over the place.
eventually he got to a point where he was, they're actually engaging and having sex, and he couldn't finish. And it was obvious that the couple wanted him to finish. The couple he's saying was Cassie and Diddy, allegedly. So he says he was like, all right, next time I got to take these other pills. So he took a density pill to make it where he was able to get to the end, but it was so dense that he couldn't finish. So
What
he
the
had
hell
to
is a
drink.
density
He
pill?
OD'd on the ED pills.
So now you
It's
got to take
supposed to make
another
you-
pill to compensate for something else,
He
like
said-
to wake you up a little bit.
No, he was woke. He was too woke. He had to step out the room, Google it, drink some water, came back, and now he could finish with Cassie. This is what
can I
he's
ask
alleging
this
in the
question?
book. Hold on, I'm not.
Tell him
Let
this
me
is
get to the
good-
part.
you didn't get to the good part.
So he says he actually got to the part where
don't
he.
care about this.
Yes, you do. He actually got to the part where he was able to finish, and he said he was weirded out again and went soft again because he felt like the husband was helping the wife clean up from him doing all the things all over her,
Yeah.
and he was licking her clean, and that completely turned him off. And he alleges that he
Okay,
went
I don't
soft
believe
again.
this now.
Damn.
I don't
So
believe
you're
this.
saying-
I don't
Yes.
believe this.
Go ahead, break it
It was
down.
a
I
whole
don't believe this.
semen slurpee?
Yeah.
I don't
yes.
believe this. I
Oh
don't believe
my
this.
God.
That's according to his book.
I don't believe this.
And Diddy is the drinker.
I don't believe this. I believed when you told
Allegedly.
me. I believed when you told me he
Yo.
took the semen and rubbed it on the nipples. I don't believe this.
Why
partner.
don't
That's
you? Why
ridiculous.
don't you, Playboy?
The book.
Why don't you believe it?
I don't believe this. What? You still ain't tell me where the tenderloins came into play.
No, you're
Freezer
what do
meat.
you?
He's still
It's because
trying to-
he's
some
saying like
frozen
he's having
glizzies.
issues with getting hard.
So why would he compare himself to freezer meat if he can't get hard? It makes no sense.
He wanted to be freezer meat. That's the
Yeah.
problem. He was saying
Oh, he
his
should say that.
thing was freezer meat.
If you're presenting this freezer meat, I'm expecting some hard pork chops. God damn it! Okay, where is the hard chicken thighs and breasts? You can't be calling yourself
Y'all,
freezer meat.
How
Semen
about
Slurpee is crazy. Though. I just want to let you know
No.
that's ridiculous.
First of all, the
I don't
chapter,
believe
the part of his book where he talks about this is called the bootleg boy toy. That's crazy. But he also says the first time that he saw, that he allegedly saw Diddy in the corner doing all the quiet, whatever he was doing in the corner, Diddy had like one of those like the Muslim garbs on his face and nothing else. He was just naked in the corner.
All this for $200.
Allegedly. No, it ended
Yeah,
up
the
being like
Muslim garb on.
$2,000 for like 45 minutes.
You said Muslim garb?
Like the Muslim garbs.
Al-Salama eat cum wasn't happening. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Like, now you see, that was a terrible witness.
Well, who's in court today?
I don't believe.
Who's
I
in
don't
court
believe
today?
it.
Who do we know is in court today?
That was the entertainment for the day. I don't believe none of that.
Who
That
was in
ridiculous.
court today?
Who did anybody verify this other than the Punisher?
Well, Cassie did say that they used to meet up with the Punisher, but she didn't get into all these details.
I don't believe that.
And by the way, he's not called the Punisher because of sexual activity. He's called the Punisher because he used to be a basketball player, and
he posting people up.
he got
I heard
the
he was
nickname-
good, had good D.
he got the nickname playing at basketball at the West 4th Street courts in New York, one of the most famous street ball destinations in the world. So they know the Punisher
Dang.
outside. Okay.
Look,
Damn it, man.
Love playing in the backcourt.
athletes and everything. Oh my
Back
God.
you right down. All right. So who else is in court today? Do we know who's in court today?
I do know, but you got to give me a second.
And why are you playing Freak a Leak in the back of this?
We come
You're
back.
crazy.
We come
This
back.
is crazy.
I don't know.
Well, it's
that was a
Mr.
waste of
T
everybody's
birthday
time.
too, so
That was.
Mr. T.
Okay.
All right.
Wrestler.
Well, who, now after this, who you giving your
I
donkey
should
to?
give it to the Punisher for that story. Nobody believes that. Diddy a freak. He a freak. Now we done heard some freaky stuff, but that's just ridiculous.
So you heard all the
Yeah.
freaky stuff, but you don't believe that one.
No.
You believe the semen nipple, but only the semen slurpee.
Yeah, I don't believe the semen slurpee.
You don't?
Nah.
They stopped hiring him after a while because he couldn't
Finish.
keep being frozen.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
He
if you
missed
got
out.
if you got a taste for man milk that much, you would want some man milk. So if you can't produce no man milk, you are of
Ain't
no value to me.
Ain't no, yeah.
I can't do the show anymore. This is just disgusting.
It's
It
disgusting.
is
It's
disgusting.
disgusting. I've had enough.
I don't want to talk. It's enough.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.